Hey y'all, it's that time again. It's Math with Mrs. Peters, the crazy cat lady of Hiram High School. Today, we're going to talk a little bit more about sequences, but in this time, instead of arithmetic, we're talking geometric. And they're very similar, okay? We still have an explicit formula, okay? A sub n is still the unknown term way out there. A sub 1 is still just the first term, okay? I'm going to jump over here and we're going to talk about n. N is always my unknown domain. Where am I in my domain that I'm looking for? In this case, R is the ratio. This is a sequence where we are multiplying or dividing to get to the next term. Arithmetic was adding and subtraction. Geometric is multiplying and dividing. So, let's write a rule. I have a sequence over here. Okay, my first term is 10, my second is 20, my third is 40, my fourth is 80, my fifth is 60. So what am I doing each time? I'm multiplying by 2. Multiply by 2 each time. So if you notice, I didn't write add 2. I actually put the dot so that I know that I'm multiplying. Okay, so because I'm multiplying, I know that this is a geometric sequence. My common ratio, okay, what I'm multiplying by, is 2. My first term, okay, my first term is right here. The first term was 10. We'll stick it in the formula. So the 10 goes where a sub 1 is, 2 goes where r is, and look, I'm done. There's the formula written right there, okay? Does this line have slope? No, it's not. It's not linear, all right? In fact, if we graph this, we find out that it does something like this and has a curve to it. Well, we'll get to that later. So let's look at another one. Writing a rules using the formula. Okay, let's try this one. Oh, my word. How am I supposed to figure out if I've got 3,125, how do I get to 625? There is a way of doing this. I'm going to take 3,125, and I am going to take it and I'm going to divide it by the next term. Okay, and because there's such a big gap, I'm going to assume that I need to do division. Okay, so this is what I'm going to type in my calculator. I'm going to use my handy-duty calculator, and I'm going to type in 3,125 divided by 625, and I'm going to get the number 5. Well, I am dividing by 5. Okay, so what do I do to go? I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm dividing by 5. Now, if I choose to, and I really need to, is I need to write my ratio as a fraction. And there is a way of doing this. So I'm going to show you, instead of writing my ratio this way, if I wrote it as my second term over my first term, it's going to give me 1/5. And if I wrote my third term over my second term, it's going to tell me that I'm multiplying by 1/5. It's multiplying by 1/5 and dividing by 5 are the same thing. So, going back to this. This is geometric because I am doing multiplication or division. The hard part is going to be, the part you're going to have to remember, is that when you're dividing, you're going to have to rewrite that as some sort of fraction, multiplication of a fraction. But I just showed you how to go about doing it. All right, my first term is 3,125. I stick them in the formula. Is this growth or decay, and how do I know? Well, this is going to be decay because r is less than 1, and I am getting smaller and smaller and smaller. My amounts are getting smaller and smaller. That said, I'm going to give you some worksheets to do. These are some problems that you're going to have to do. You have to come in class and get them, but I'll be more than happy to sit down and talk with you about them, and we can work on them together. So, with that being said, I'm very proud of y'all. Take care. Be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Love you guys. Bye.